Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Once again, we will be exploring true horror stories taken directly from various Reddit pages. For those who are new to the channel, I will be adding software to my voice to make it a little scarier, so don't be confused when I sound a little different. If you guys enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe, it really does help the channel grow. Without further ado, let's get started.
I paid a couple of girls to feign interest in my mate. I've got a mate who's nearly 30 now. To be honest, he's not a great-looking bloke, but more importantly, he's had no experience with girls ever. Which sucks, cause he's genuinely a great dude and maintains friendships with some girls, but he tends to friend-zone himself before asking one out. He's suffered pretty hardcore anxiety and depression and hates going out. So this year at my birthday, one of the only events hell come out for cuz, he's a great bloke, and knows it means a lot to me. I asked a couple of random girls if I could shout them a drink and they could just compliment my mate on something and have a small chat. No obligation to be anything but just polite and nice. And my lord, he's been a different dude ever since. His confidence has skyrocketed. He's even asking when we're going out next. If he ever found out what I did, I genuinely think he would never leave the house again. My boyfriend cheated with my older sister. I 20th recently found out that my boyfriend 21M was cheating while looking through his texts with someone named Mommy. But I also found out a few hours ago that it was my sister 27F who he cheated with. I'm not sure what I should do with this information, because I thought family stuck together. When I first found out he cheated, I went to my sister to talk to her, and she took me out to get my nails done and get lunch. But now that I know she lied, I'm not sure what to do. Should I break up with my boyfriend and confront my sister? Or keep acting clueless? Me and my boyfriend were together since freshman year of high school, and I'm scared of losing him. But at the same time, I feel like I can just stay with a cheater. Update. I made dinner plans with my family for Friday and invited my boyfriend. I'm gonna confront them then, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. I'm 30. And no girl ever has shown genuine interest in me. I'm a regular 30-year-old bloke, but let's be honest, I'm not really nice to glance at. I have a really hard time approaching girls. I am friends with a few, but I never ask them out because I'm afraid they'll reject me. So I just reject myself even before asking. What really threw me down the drain was finding out that the one time two girls did compliment me on my looks was because a friend of mine offered them some drinks. The son of a gun couldn't even keep the good favor a secret. Oh no, he just had to throw flowers at himself on every online forum he could. Now even my grandma found out that I will probably never give her great-grandchildren. My husband died, and his family sucks. I'm struggling with my husband's death, and I don't know how to live without him. My husband died 19 days ago. I am struggling so much. We have a 7-year-old daughter who is also struggling, but she is so much braver and stronger than I am. Kids are so resilient, but I am not. My husband got sick last year. We thought he was getting better, but a rare complication arose. He lost his life during a surgery intended to save him. As soon as he died, his sister and his mom started arguing with each other. More of his siblings were on the way and they were all bickering with one another. I could barely think straight. They left me with his things to go back to their hotel. I sat in the hospital parking lot until I could compose myself enough to drive to a hotel. I'm not sure how, but I managed to rent a room in the middle of the night as the hospital was so far away from my home. I stared at the walls. The next morning, my husband's mother was making plans to come into my home with his 5 siblings and take mementos to remember him by. I told them no. Everything he had was now his daughter's, not theirs to scavenge through. The house is mine, so they would only be welcome if I allowed it. Visiting my daughter would also have to be planned and scheduled with me, as I am her only parent now. My daughter didn't even know her father was gone yet. And here they were planning on dividing his things to take away from her. They thought they would have a claim to my home and another property. His brother asked me less than 36 hours after my husband died to sell my property. His brother decided to intimidate me and threaten me with the police by saying he had things in my home that belonged to him. He lives 5 hours away from my house and had been in it maybe a handful of times. He wanted my husband's wallet, his phone, and a safe box, which he claimed were all his now that my husband was dead. His family has been so awful to us. They made it quite clear we are not welcome to any celebration events. They posted on social media about his death and left out that he was a father. His brother and mother stalked my dead-end street and kept trying to come into my home that the police had to be involved. All this disgusting behavior has been wearing on me. I'm trying to be strong for my daughter, but it's so hard. I have been focusing on time when I'm with her to make sure she's fed and cared for. But I have my own work I need to be doing, and I am barely functioning. I stare at my screen all day, disassociating by scrolling on social media so I can check out. I'm so disgusted that his relatives are behaving this way. I'm so tired, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get through this. Note: before any suggests it, I am a lawyer, and I have already consulted other lawyers about these matters. Please help. I have a stalker. My heart raced as I walked down the street. Though it was 6:45, there wasn't anyone around. It was raining too, and as the rain grew steadily heavier, I pulled up my hoodie and chanced a glance behind me. He was still there. I turned away immediately, ignoring him and walking a little faster. How the hell do I get rid of him? He had been following me around the entire week. I'd already gone to the police and they wouldn't help. In Officer Peralez's words, I had misunderstood the situation. Well, Peralez can stick his donut up his ass. My anger at the police briefly replaced my fear, but only briefly. When I chanced another glance and saw the man still walking toward me, my fear was back in all its glory. My walk had turned to a run, my feet splattering against the muddy pavement. I heard his pace quicken too. He wasn't even trying to hide it anymore. "Hey, we need to talk," I heard him say. "Leave me alone!" I yelled through the rain, trying to keep my voice even without fear. "Hey, stop!" But I didn't hear the rest of his sentence. My body was on adrenaline and had already activated its defense mechanism. I looked to my left. I saw a path leading to what looked like the woods. Maybe I can lose him there. I knew these woods like my backyard. I changed course, darting into the trees, and I heard him follow. I ran as fast I could, the trees offering me some protection from the rain. After 5 minutes, I thought I could no longer hear his voice or footsteps. My breathing steadied, and I sat down behind a tree to calm myself, wiping some of my hair from my eyes. Thud, thud, thud. "Shit," I whispered. What the fuck was wrong with this guy? I dug my hand into my jeans pocket and felt my hands clasp against something metallic, my trusty pocket knife. I didn't want to use it, but he left me no choice. I heard him near my hiding spot. I don't think he spotted me. Not yet. "Alex!" He knew my name. That was probably what made me snap. I darted out of the tree and plunged the knife into his stomach in one quick motion. I registered the momentary look of shock in his eyes before he crumpled on the floor, gasping. "Alex!" he choked out, raising his hand. My body's defensive mechanism kicked in again and I plunged the knife once more. His hand went limp. For a few seconds, I was quiet as I watched him die. Then I realized something had fallen out of his hand. A Polaroid. In spite of myself, I picked it up. I was smiling in the picture, wearing a wedding dress. And the man, dying in front of me, was the one kissing me.